Imagine that this slice of cheese cost 100 rupees and you say that, oh my god, 100 rupees, I can't afford it. This is just an example. But then the bakery says that, okay, if you can't buy the entire 100 rupees of this cheese slice, will you be interested to buy 1/4 of it for 25 rupees? So the cheese, which was not affordable for 100 rupees to a normal person, the bakery now said that they are ready to make it in 4 parts and sell one part for 25 rupees of each. Now what exciting happened is that they put a banner outside their bakery, cheese slice available only for 25 rupees. Now people will rush into the bakery and be more interested in buying that cheese slice. Now since the demand has gone up due to low pricing, the bakery is now making more cheese slices and splitting it into 4 parts and selling it. So if you see, the value of cheese slices remained the same, either buy it 100 rupees or 25 rupees for each slice for 4 parts. It's the same 100 rupees. Now since the demand has gone up, the bakery owner is quite smart. He will now start selling it at 30 rupees due to increased demand. And people will buy it because they are demanding it. He can increase the price of that cheese slice. This is what happens in stock market too. Technically, a stock split is a corporate action in which the companies increase their number of shares without change in their investment value. Let's see with an example. Let's assume ratio of stock split as 5:1. Before X company had 100 shares in market with each priced at 300 rupees, that gives us 30,000. Now after the X company announced that it is taking an action to stock split, so now as it is 5:1, the number of shares will be increased from 100 to 500. Basically 5 times, and each one would be worth rupees 60 only, which is 300 divided by 5. 300 was price of stock before stock split, and after the call, as it's 5:1 ratio, so divide by 5. Even though the number of shares are increased and their price is less now, the total amount is still the same. If you multiply share price, which is 60, with number of shares 500, you will still get 30,000 as before. So there is no change in investment value. Before we move ahead, do subscribe to the channel and smash the like button. Now talking about effects of stock split. Number 1 is stock split increases the quantity of shares and decreases the price of an individual share. Number 2, this is usually announced by the companies when they are concerned that their share prices are like goddamn too high. Number 3 is stock split makes the share price affordable and it decreases the price of shares, so it's easy for investors like you and me to buy it. Talking about the benefits to shareholders, because it is cheaper and more number of individuals can afford it. Also, the pre-existing shareholders of that company receive the split, meaning if you hold one share of an MRF which is priced at 70,000, and if stock split is declared with 5:1, your number of stocks will increase from 1:5. Also, the price of each share will be divided, which now will be 14,000 rupees for each. Now, opposite of stock split is reverse stock split, which means companies decrease the number of shares without change in their investment value. This is usually announced by the companies when they are concerned that their share prices are like too low. Now, there are few important dates to remember when the corporate action is being called up, such as number 1 is declaration date. This is the date when board of directors of that company will announce about the corporate action. There are 7 different types of corporate action. Comment down below if you want me to make a video on them. Number 2 is X date. This date is from which the shares will be traded at price, excluding the benefit of corporate action. Anyone who buys the shares at X date will not be eligible for the corporate action which has been announced by the company. And number 3, it is record date. This date is on which people holding the shares in the Demat account will be eligible for the benefits that board of directors has announced for their corporate action. Now, if you don't have a Demat account, I'll put the link in the description below. You can register it and get started with your investment journey, and more corporate actions you will benefit it from. Sooner you start, the more compounding effects you will enjoy. To check out how magic of compounding can turn 5,000 rupees of investment to crores, click here. To invest in best possible way in gold, click here. Until then, my name is Vishal. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next.